Hey everyone, it is Movie Man here, and I am back with a Blu Ray update video. So basically, over the past few months, I've bought quite a few Blu Rays. I bought a bunch of 4Ks because, of course, I got a 4K TV in February, and I am loving the heck out of it, and it is a worthy upgrade, but of course, I did buy a few regular Blu-rays, and without further ado, let us get into this. First up, Aliens, one of my favorite movies of all time. The first Aliens was a great thriller, but this was just a great science fiction action movie. Of course, like, Ripley is one of the greatest action hero characters ever. Of course, you got Bill Paxton. Well, crap, man. Gosh, may he rest in peace. And then, it's just a shame what Alien 3 did to this movie. It really is. Next up, The Disaster Artist. Ha 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 ha. What a great movie, Mock. That is my horrible Tommy Wiseau impression, but yeah. This is my second favorite movie of 2017, right behind Logan, and just what they did with this movie, bringing the story of the making of the best bad movie of all time, The Room, to life. And the Franco brothers did such a great job. James Franco should have been nominated for an Oscar. He was really snubbed for this movie, and I consider it his best performance, but I haven't seen 127 Hours yet, so that may change, but yeah, love this movie. Next up is probably my favorite animated film, The Iron Giant. So much emotion and so much heart was put into this movie that it just, yeah. Need to get The Incredibles 2 sometime. Those are other Brad Bird's other two movies, that animated movies, but yeah, gosh. I cannot wait to watch this on Blu-ray because the DVD just looks all pixelated and stuff like that. Next up is Journey to the Mysterious Island. A friend of mine got me this for my birthday, and I haven't seen it, but I pretty much like anything The Rock's in, even if it's really awful. So I'll probably find some enjoyment in this movie. Just a fun movie to laugh at. This is a movie that when I got into Blu-ray collecting, I've been wanting forever, and I just, for whatever reason, never picked it up. But then I was at Walmart, and they had these like new slip covers, and just, yeah, I had to pick up Taken. I will look for you. I will find you, and I will kill you. That is my Liam Neeson impression. I love this movie. It's actually, here's a little fun fact. This is the very first action movie I ever saw. I was 6 years old, and it's the reason why the action movie genre is my favorite genre of all time. Then last for the regular Blu-rays is like this Batman Under the Red Hood comic book edition thingy. This is just like a really cool edition. Got this for $12 at Best Buy, and this is one of my favorite animated Batman movies, second to Mask of the Phantasm, which I don't own for some reason. What's wrong with me? Next up, we get into some of the 4Ks, and yeah, this is kind of where I just blew up, because I got a bunch of individual releases, and then I got 3 collections. First up, Avengers Infinity War. One of my, well, this is my favorite MCU movie. I wanted to get the Steelbook, but I couldn't get the Best Buy on time, so by the time I got there, they were sold out. But so I just stuck with the normal 4K release, and yeah, I really wish that Disney didn't do these like annoying like digital copy things at the bottom of their slip covers, because it's like that's what the back is for. Because it's like you got simple cover, which is an absolutely amazing cover. Then you got a just nice looking steelbook comic book art, and yeah, that's actually the reason why I went the Last Jedi steelbook instead of the regular Blu Ray, because these things are just like really annoying. So yeah. Infinity War, I did give this a rewatch, and it's still my favorite movie of the year. Next up, one of my favorite films of all time, Blade Runner. I also did get around to watching Blade Runner 2049, a great movie. I prefer the first Blade Runner. This is an instant classic, and I cannot wait to see what the 4K release looks like for this. Yeah, this is an awesome movie. Just, yeah. I could praise this movie in a 40-minute video. Might do that at some point. Next up, we got my favorite action movie of all time, Die Hard. This is the best action movie of all time. It's the best Christmas movie of all time. Gosh, I love Die Hard. I might do a review this Christmas, so stay tuned for that. Next up is E.T. Extraterrestrial with that nice lenticular cover. I went with this version over the regular slip because it was so cheap, and yeah, I haven't seen this movie in a little while, so I'm really excited to revisit it, and hopefully the 4K is great. Next up is a movie that I wasn't really expecting to get a 4K release, and that is Grease. I love this movie. John Travolta, Olivia Newton-John. It's actually kind of like the reason why I wear my hair the way I do, because of Grease. 4K looks excellent, and yeah, I never owned it on Blu Ray, so I thought I'll get the 4K release for it, and just, yeah, I can't praise that release enough. Next up is a 4K Steelbook, and this is my fourth 4K Steelbook, and I think I'll have to do a count later, but I think I'm somewhere in the tens in terms of Steelbooks, but yeah, Jumanji with Robin Williams. Haven't seen the new one yet, but I do plan on doing so, and yeah, I haven't checked out the 4K on this. Hopefully it looks good. One of my all-time favorite movies. Cannot wait to check out the second one with The Rock. Okay, Mad Max Fury Road in 4K. I had the regular Blu-ray for this, but this just blew it out of the water. This is one of the best 4K discs I've ever seen. Yeah, just this is an awesome, awesome movie. Tom Hardy barely speaks in it, and it's mainly Charlize Theron's movie, but I don't care. This movie was awesome. Just buy every copy you can. Buy the Blu-ray, buy the 4K, buy the 3D if you have a 3D TV, but yeah. Next, we get to my pick of the month, and that is The Matrix. One of my all-time favorite movies, possibly my top 10 of all time. Just, this movie is awesome. I do want to review this at some point, probably for its 20th anniversary coming up later this year. And yeah, it is my pick of the month. The 4K on this, like, this movie is made to be seen on the highest format possible. So yeah, go out and buy this if you haven't. I know the trilogy set's coming out at the end of the month, but I just wanted to get this because I don't really care for the sequels that much. Next up is my favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, and I'm glad it got a 4K release because the Blu Ray for this was trash. They DNR'd it, and everyone just looks like wax figures, and that is Predator. No, get down, get to the chopper. Yeah, I really love this movie. Has some of the most suspenseful moments I've ever seen. It's one of the most fun movies. I do plan on reviewing this at some point. I haven't seen the new Predator movie yet. I'm somewhat interested in it due to all the interesting stories I've heard on the internet. And then this is a Christopher Nolan movie called The Prestige. I now just need Inception and Interstellar, and I have all the 4K releases for Christopher Nolan. I am really, really glad to get this because I hadn't seen it before I got this, and now this is my second favorite Christopher Nolan movie, right behind The Dark Knight, and just I love this movie so much. And after I finished watching it, I was thinking, what the heck did I just watch? So, great movie, great 4K release. Now, I got some 4K box sets, and the first one I picked up, I got Men in Black, all three movies. The first one is one of my favorite movies of all time when I was like 9, and I revisited it because I had a friend over for my birthday, and she has been like talking to me about Men in Black lately, and I'm like, I've seen them when I was little, and I hadn't seen them since, and I rewatched it, and I love it. And then the sequels to Men in Black I've actually never seen, so now that I own them, I probably will at some point. I'm really glad to get this set, and yeah, it's really nice. A little plain, but it looks simple and to the point, and for $30, couldn't pass up on this. Also for $30 are films that I've been really wanting to get on 4K, and that is the Planet of the Apes trilogy 3-pack. So of course it comes with Rise of the Planet of the Apes, fantastic movie. I remember begging my dad to take me to see this in theaters, and I love this movie. It's one of my favorites, and then I didn't think it could be beat, but it did, by Dawn. Excellent movie. Really developed the character of Caesar and had one of the best villains in Koba ever. And of course, I didn't think this could be topped until I saw War for the Planet of the Apes. Now, War for the Planet of the Apes I appreciate because it feels more of a character drama for Caesar, and it may not have excellent action scenes as Dawn does, but I mean, I just really cared about Caesar in this movie, and when, spoiler alert, he died at the end, it just felt satisfying, like a satisfying conclusion to one of my favorite trilogies of all time. If I do my top 5 favorite trilogies, it probably will make that list. Then, last but not least, is this X-Men 3-pack that consists of First Class, Days of Future Past, and Apocalypse. And First Class I really loved. I love the whole like Cold War era with like the political background and stuff like that. Magneto being like a Nazi hunter, and fantastic movie. And then Days of Future Past I actually think is better. It's either my second or third favorite X-Men movie, right behind Logan and X2. But yeah, this film is like, before Logan, I thought this was a 10 out of 10 movie. I mean, but of course it's been beaten by another masterpiece. And then Apocalypse, which is good, but it's not a great movie in my opinion. I think Apocalypse was a weak villain. Oscar Isaac did a good job considering what he was given, but overall it was just kind of a disappointment. But I could still watch it, and I haven't checked out the 4K yet, but I've heard from a lot of people that it is a reference quality disc. Anyway, guys, that is it for this video. Please leave a like, comment, and if you haven't already, click that subscribe button, and stay tuned.